The entrepreneurship program at HCC, I can sum it up in one word, and that is applied. So we don't teach about entrepreneurship by theory. We have entrepreneurs learn by doing. And that's a huge differentiator, to not just read a book and take a quiz about things, but we have students that are coming through with an idea, walk into the classroom on day one with this idea, walk out of the classroom at the end of 16 weeks with not only a certificate in entrepreneurship, but a validated business model that they can take out and execute. It's super exciting for a student who has that idea. They're thinking to themselves, I have this idea for a possible business. What do I do? So the first thing that they should do is get enrolled as a student at HCC and take the first courses in the certificate program. And that's going to be Intro to Entrepreneurship. Make sure that it's taken through the InLab so that you can be in this space. That's a pretty smart thing to do. And then they can move on through the certificate program courses. So the shortest certificate we have is 4 courses long, and it can be completed in 1 semester. So that's really exciting because students, generally speaking, want to get out and start working on their businesses right away. The InLab at HCC was designed to support not just entrepreneurs. There's a misunderstanding about what entrepreneurship is. Many people think that entrepreneurship is all about starting and operating your own business, but it's really about mindset. It's about taking action on ideas and learning how to innovate. So the InLab was created as a place where we can have interdisciplinary collisions. We have equipment here in the InLab where students can take an idea and make a prototype out of it. Things like 3D printers, and we have a t-shirt press for students that may be starting a business and needs a little bit of, let's say, marketing materials. And we even have things like a vinyl cutter. So all of this equipment is available to students of the program here at the InLab. But I think the most important thing that we do is we offer that opportunity for students to get to know one another and also get to know members of our community who come in and volunteer with us. I'm glad you brought up money because, again, when I talked about how entrepreneurship is misunderstood, this is one of those myths about entrepreneurship, that you have to have money in order to be able to begin. And the program really teaches our students that you can start with what you have. And that's how we get students moving in the right direction. However, for students that complete the program, we have access to a venture fund. And it's called the Everyday Entrepreneur Venture Fund. And this was begun so that we could get student businesses funded early on to get their concepts tested and have them start generating revenue in a more rapid pace. So this is very unique. There's not a lot of colleges that have this type of funding available to student businesses. We're very proud of it. We were one of 4 colleges in the entire country to be able to do this particular program, and it's now branching out nationally. So HCC is one of the flagship institutions that's offering funding for an early stage startup. We've funded 24 student businesses, and very, very proud and excited about that. And those student businesses are still revenue producing even through the pandemic. And that's unheard of for an early stage startup to be able to navigate those waters. It was a very difficult time. One of the reasons is with the funding program, students receive intensive mentoring. So they have someone that was there to help guide them in making the very tough decisions. Matter of fact, decisions that were a little counterintuitive during the pandemic. So yes, we are poised to be able to offer funding expanding to even more student businesses and support them through the early stages of their ventures. This was a very interesting data point that came out of the pandemic. The Census Bureau did some surveys during COVID, and what they found was that in the third quarter of 2020, the number of new business applications quadrupled over what it normally is. So that was giving us an insight to the future about the number of new businesses that are going to be started over the next several years. For Hillsborough Community College in our entrepreneurship program, we see this as an opportunity to help mitigate the unfortunate failure rate that can happen to all of those businesses. So if there's someone out there who started a business and maybe a little bit worried about it, a program like ours can help offset the possibilities of failure. Remember, new businesses, generally speaking, are going to fail within the first 7 years. So if you've started a business last year during the pandemic possibly, then getting tooled up with the right resources and the right education now is imperative to your business success.